Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Yay Networks.
Parenting is such a breeze, oh, but it would bring you to your knees if it weren't for Chatty Daddies. Oh, yeah, the Chatty Daddies.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies.
Welcome. Thank you, JC.
I'm glad to be here.
I am too. I'm Nick.
I'm Trey.
I'm JC.
And don't forget,
No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
All right. Well, then this podcast is brought to you by... Oh, no.
No.
We have other stuff to talk about.
hey, this is the first time we've seen each other since Father's Day.
Man, we took off.
We
treated ourselves.
Does everyone feel loved? Does everyone feel appreciated?
Of course, yeah.
I do feel loved and appreciated. I'm getting to the stage where my kids can write me really thoughtful messages. Not just the "I love you, Daddy."
And
you're
it's
the
not
best.
just a random scribbling of a picture on a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
It's actual
Like
words that have meaning.
Yeah, like Chloe's still kind of there. She wrote me like "You're the best, Daddy," blah blah blah, like 3 or 4 sentences. But Kaysen gave me an actual like a letter.
It's pretty good.
With thoughts and feelings. And one of them was a little heartbreaking. And by the way, I do want to say thank you for all the messages I received after our last podcast regarding what Kaysen was going through with online bullying and phones and all that stuff. Thank you to all those that have been going through it. I feel not alone. He doesn't feel alone. And to those that are just equally scared because their kids are going to get there of age, and that's a fear. But he did write me, and I remember feeling. I don't know if you guys remember feeling this way when you were teens or preteens, but feeling like you were a problem for the family.
I feel like I'm a problem for the family today.
Like he's always getting not yelled at, but he's always doing something wrong, or he's in the way, or didn't do it right.
He's my oldest, and so he's the one that he tests the waters, and Chloe learns from him, right? So she doesn't do the same, make the same mistakes, and so I do. Kaysen, stop doing that. Kaysen, why are you saying that? Kaysen, I know I do that, and I've been trying to be better as a dad when it comes to that. But he wrote at the end of his letter, he said, "P.S." And this broke me, guys. He wrote, "I know I'm a problem, but I'm working on it."
Aww.
And I literally looked at him with tears in my eyes, and I said, "Kaysen, please don't ever say that again, because you are not a problem." I said, "There are way worse kids. I would not change a thing. I would pick you out of 1,000,000 trillion bajillion kids to be my son every single time." But that kind of, man, when your kids start showing emotion like that and telling you how weird, because I made him feel that way. There's a reason why he feels that way. That one hit a little bit.
Yeah.
That hit, but the rest of his letter was so pretty and beautiful, and the things he wrote and said to me were awesome.
And so, how did you respond to that? I mean, do you respond with, "Oh, thank you so much"? Do you respond? Do you immediately start talking to him about like the problem? Like, what do you start with what you see as the issue, or do you start with the love that's given to you?
I say I told him right away, and it's right there. We read our letters in front of each other, not out loud, but I read it, and I just locked eyes with him, and I think he knew what I read. And I said, "You really feel that way, son?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Come up, give me a hug." And I hugged him, and in his ear, because Kinsey doesn't know what he wrote, Chloe doesn't know what he wrote, I just gave him a hug, and in his ear, I said, "You're not a problem. You're not even close to being a problem." And I could feel him kind of exhale.
Good.
And I didn't want it to get too, like, we're two guys are crying on Father's Day, but I wanted him to know, you're a kid. Be a kid. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep being a dad and maybe annoying you and telling you stop doing certain things, but don't stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it was a different Father's Day. It showed me my son is now getting into that adult stage of life that's way different than the little kid stage.
Yeah, and
which is cool.
I saw you did a really cool thing. You made your own cologne.
Yeah.
And so did you have any idea what scents would go good together, or you're just throwing stuff together and like hoping it works?
Honestly, guys, it was a Father's gift?
Was this like a Father's Day gift kind of thing?
I wasn't expecting anything this Father's Day. Again, this is my wife's first Father's Day without her dad. So I was literally not even planning on getting anything, and I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. But she, on Saturday, surprised me. She goes, I got a surprise for you. And she took me, and she's driving. She goes, do you know where we're going? I was like, no idea. I have no clue. She gets to the area where we were going, and I'm looking around. I'm like, she's taking me to buy a cool, like, wallet or and she goes, do you know what we're doing? I said, zero. Like, I am so lost. Then we walk into this place, and it's like a cafeteria style restaurant. It's called Legacy West in the area we live in. It's a Legacy Food Hall. And it's a food hall. And I'm like, she's taking me to eat? And I'm like, she goes, do you know what we're doing now? I said, no. Nothing. Then I see they're doing a Juneteenth fashion show. Okay. And I'm like, she better not have signed me up to model.
Like, walk the runway for a Juneteenth.
Yeah, for Juneteenth. I was like,
next year, though. We'll do it again. We could sign him up.
We could sign him up.
I started feeling like the guts. Like, I started getting nervous. I was like, please don't tell me you signed me up for like a Juneteenth fashion show, because I can't. That's no. And she goes, no. We go upstairs, and they had set up, it was Black-owned businesses, small businesses, and one of them was make your own fragrance.
That's cool.
And she goes, this is your surprise. You're going to make your own cologne.
That's great.
Because Kaysen's really into cologne right now. Like, that's what all the like teenage middle school boys are into, is cologne. And so I'm getting to make my own. And then they start dropping out like, what do you want to smell like? And I was like, I don't know what I want to smell like. I kind of like it. I like fruity smells. Like, I like sweet smells. And they're like, all right, well, and then they just start throwing scents your way. They're like, all right, get this one. What, do you like it? Yeah, I like it. All right. Well, mix it with this one, and then you get another one, and then you put them together to see what they would smell like together. You like that? Yeah, those are my... Then you start creating your top 3, and then you get to your top 3, and then they bring in the third scent. And you're like, all right, mix it in with this scent, these 3, perfect, this one, okay, good. And then through that, you create your own scent.
That's cool.
So I went with like a coconut, one that was called Outside, and Ozone. So I went with like... And I said, I want heavy coconut, and I want a little bit of Outside, and a teeny bit of Ozone. And then they put it together, sprayed it, boom.
It smells like San Diego?
It's like beachy to me.
Yeah, sunscreen on the beach or something. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I was going, but it smells like cologne at the same time, because I still wanted to have a little bit of a man smell. So, and then you get to name it.
Oh, and what'd you name it?
I named it Playa de Oro, Golden Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds much better in Spanish.
Yeah, sure
Golden
does.
Beach sounds cheesy. Like, I would never buy a cologne Golden Beach, but I'd buy Playa de... One more time.
Playa de Oro.
Playa de Oro.
Yeah.
So have you figured out how many sprays you need for the appropriate amount?
Yep.
It's half one of a spray.
If I could dude, because I was scared this was going to be a cologne that just wears off after like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I put it on, one on this wrist, one on the other wrist. I went to sleep that night. I woke up. In the middle of the night, I could smell it. Woke up the next morning. I'm walking into the kitchen. Kenzie goes, wow, did you put on your new cologne? I was like, no, this is still from yesterday. So one spray is good. Nice. And it'll last.
I wonder if Kinsey likes it. Like, I'm sure she tells JC she likes it. But how long is it going to be? Is it going to be like 5 months from now when she's like, hey, I got you some new cologne to try?
Yeah.
She just tries to replace it.
She says she likes it. She was there when I was creating it, and she had a lot of input because she's the one that's going to be sniffing me. But do I have a little bit of, did I create the correct one?
Right.
Am I going to like this cologne for a year? I don't know.
I bet you do.
When you're smelling all the different scents, do they give you coffee beans to clear the palate, nostril palate?
I learned that.
Okay, how did you learn that?
I feel like I've seen it at Ulta.
Okay.
I've gone there with my wife, or I've gone to just pick out my own cologne, and they have little trays of coffee beans around, and I think my wife told me, oh, you got to smell it to clear the nostril palate, and then you smell a new one.
I felt like an idiot because I smelled a scent, like I think it was like some pine something, and I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling this one. And she goes, okay, smell this real quick, and it was the coffee beans, and so I smell them, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to smell like coffee. And she looked at me like, are you? She goes, this is to clear your nostrils. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I was like, I thought that.
But you know what? People do probably go in there and have a little spritz of Java in their mixture.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. I recently changed my body wash. I've been going Old Spice for years and years and years.
Big deal.
But I'm rich now as a 35-year-old. And so I went from a $6 bottle of Old Spice to an $8 bottle. Oh, my. And I don't even know what the name of it is. Okay, Everyman Jack. And so they had all these different scents, and I was like, these are too manly for me.
It's like Woodsman.
It was like
Outdoors.
sandalwood or wormwood. And I'm smelling them. I'm like, these are too manly for me. But I was like, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just talking smells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sandalwood.
This is a
Sandalwood's
manly
good.
thing. How was your guys' Father's Day, though?
Mine was lovely. I was woken up with coffee in bed. My kids really wanted to bring me coffee in bed, so that was lovely.
Did they get it right? Cream
Yeah,
two sugars?
well, I mean, I think my wife made it and they
okay.
delivered it, and so that was nice. We don't have a breakfast in bed tray. You need like a certain tray, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all have one of those, like a breakfast in bed?
Certainly.
I
You
don't.
do?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Because there was talk the night before breakfast in bed, and I was like, well, I don't have a way to eat that in bed.
Right.
So do I? I mean, I was going to say if I go to Bed Bath & Beyond, but that's not a thing. Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
They're probably $25 or so.
Yeah.
But every Saturday, I bust out the breakfast trays, and I'm breakfast guy, and bring everybody breakfast up in bed, and they all watch cartoons and stuff. So that's the reason I
cute.
have them.
See,
Do
that's
you ever get
good.
spills
All the time.
in your bed? You
Yeah,
gotta wash
there's
the sheets?
strawberries on white sheets. Like, it's a terrible idea. Peanut butter toast? Are you kidding me? There's crumbs and peanut butter.
Yeah, that's why I
it's an
don't-
awful idea every week. Egg yolk. Anyway,
Yeah, my Father's Day was lovely. Did a little church. We went. My favorite. I love going to get breakfast any time of day. Breakfast is my favorite meal, and breakfast tastes better even when it's outside of breakfast time. I feel like it's just perfect. So after church, we did breakfast.
All right.
My wife is not a fan of that, but she did it. She did it.
It's
and
Father's Day.
That was great. It was Father's Day. And then I went home. I was allowed to take like a 20-minute cat nap. Love that. And the only thing I asked for from my kids, the only thing I want, children, I want one day where you guys don't fight and argue. That's it.
okay.
And
I was not given that for Father's Day.
it's impossible to ask
maybe
them.
today.
It was fine. And then my dad and my mom and my brother and his kids and his wife, they came over. We did a little swim party. That was nice. And I think I gave my dad a good gift, but I can't really take credit for it. So I have another podcast. It's called the Shut Up Podcast with Part-Time Justin for the Kid Craddock Morning Show. Years ago, both of our fathers joined our show for a Father's Day episode. And on that show, we each wrote letters to our father, thanking them for
dude.
different things.
Yeah.
A listener sent me on Canvas, she had written out the letter that I wrote for my dad. It was like the nicest, kindest, most thoughtful gift you could get from someone. And so then I gave that to my dad, and he really liked that.
That's
I
really
got a little
cool. So he
tear out
can
of
hang it up. and-
Yeah, really cool.
Impressive.
Great idea.
Have you ever seen your dad cry before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
He's gotten emotional with the years. Have y'all found that you get emotional as time goes on?
Yes.
More emotional?
Me, yes. My father, stoic stone.
Never cried?
No, dude, I can read you what I sent to my dad. Hang on. I sent this to my dad. Let me pull it out.
Have you ever seen your dad cry, Trey?
Not once.
Never.
I not one time, or my grandfather.
Through passing of relatives,
I'm
nothing.
over here like, oh, my podcast, I just had an emotional moment. And so I said to him, I said, hey, Dad, you're a great father, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. You've set a good example as a man. And I got the heart, like the push down heart back. Like that's
Oh, not even a thank you, son.
that's all as much as I'm going to get from him. And I mean, I know it meant something to
Yeah,
him,
of course.
but that's as much as I'm going to get.
Some old school dads are not willing to show emotion. That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's the kind of dad I thought I was going to be when I was a kid. I thought I was going to be the stoic, going to be tough dad.
Right.
I am. No, I will cry. I cry just thinking about my kids getting older. Mm-hmm. Or
You're losing them.
losing
some
them.
way, yeah.
When you realize there's a finality to being a parent and they
Yeah.
eventually move out, I've been getting in my feels, and it's getting closer for me.
I remember I got a little misty on the way leaving school the first time we dropped off my son for kindergarten. And my daughter's going to be doing that. She's going to be going to kindergarten here in 2 months.
Whoa.
So I know I might cry at the school in front of all the other parents
Yeah.
when we're dropping them off at the library.
And that's all good.
At what point does embarrassment start for the children?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
I still, every time I see my son, when I pick him up, 3 years old, 3.5, I pick him up from school and I give him a big hug and a kiss, like in front of everybody, just because I'm excited to see him. And then I go, uh-oh, at some point that's going to be a problem. Anyway, so I didn't know.
How was your Father's Day, Trey?
It was good. It was a real, let's see, what's a happy accident, a surprise treat, something good came out of bad. So my son woke up with like 101 degree fever.
Which one?
Quaid. Mm-hmm. And he was miserable. He said his throat hurt, his stomach hurt. He needed to throw up and everything. And so then we ended up just like going, all right, like, don't do breakfast in bed for me. Like, we got to get Hudson in a different room. We got to get Quaid because Hudson's seeming fine. He's wanting to play. He wants to go do everything. Quaid, let's just go sit you in the big bed, our big bedroom, our master bedroom, and we'll just watch TV all day, man. It'll be okay. I'll bring you some applesauce. We'll figure this out. Get you some medicine in it. And so then we got him some medicine, and then fever goes down. A few hours later, go by. We're just kind of chilling, all split up. I'll take Hudson for a little bit, and then Mom will. Anyway, by the time we need to give Quaid medicine again, like 6 hours later, his temperature went up to 103.
Oh, no.
And we were like, okay, we're going to give him, it's time for Motrin again, so we're going to give him some. But if it didn't come down in an hour, we're going to the emergency room. Yeah. And I think maybe he had been like laying in bed and he took a nap and he's rolling around. It's hot, summer outside, whatever. And so it came down pretty quick. And we were like, all right, I don't think it's an emergency room kind of thing. I think he's just sick. We need to go to a doctor tomorrow. And then Quaid wanted to take another nap from 2 until when he started to fall asleep at like 2. I was like, I haven't watched a golf tournament, a Sunday round of golf in at least 3 years.
Sure. And you enjoy that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would watch all 4 rounds.
Wow.
From start to finish, especially for a major. But so I got to sit down and I watched both players that were Rory McIlroy and I can't ever remember. McIlroy. And Bryson DeChambeau, they were going at it back and forth, and I got to watch every single shot. And
you didn't fall asleep?
Forever. Didn't fall asleep. Dude, I'm over there going, oh, he's in some real trouble now. I'm trying to figure out how they're doing. It's fantastic. You should get into golf. It's like chess.
I put it on, but I'm asleep within 3 minutes.
That's the same with Quaid. Quaid woke up a couple times, was like, I'm out.
I will say, your wife, Kara, posted a beautiful little Father's Day thing for you, and there's a picture in the montage that she posted of you with your soccer team.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You're on your knee, and you got the coach animation going on, which is wonderful. I'm like, Trey, I could tell Trey's a great coach for little kids, but the way your son is looking at you it made me feel emotional. Because he's looking at you like, that's my dad. And like, my dad's the coach.
That's what I'm trying to do, and I see that exactly what you're saying in that picture, and I was like, that's good. I did something right.
Yeah, that picture right there made me feel so happy. You know when you see other people's pictures and you're like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, I suck.
Corny, or you feel like you suck. I looked at that, I'm like, man, that is so awesome that you have a picture of your son looking at you that way. That's dope.
I wish I could be a better photographer. We've talked about that. Like, I've caught Kara sleeping with the kid, like sleep cuddling for a nap or something like that. But I don't ever recognize like them making like a genuine connection, having fun doing something. And I need to get better about that.
We all do.
But so I got a grill cleaner, or like a little grill brush to clean off the grill. Classic dad
Scrub Daddy
thing. It's just like a big giant like metal handle.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Scrub Daddy. It was like a fire or a grill rescue.
All right.
And I got. From Quaid, that was from Hudson, and then from Quaid, he wrote I Heart Daddy, because he's able to spell everything nowadays. Not everything, but he can write all his letters, and so Kara took that, his handwriting, and got somebody to 3D print it onto a canvas, and it's beautiful. It was wonderful, and it was very sweet and heartfelt, and Quaid's doing okay. He is going to the doctor today, and I assume that if I put this podcast out on Saturday, everything's fine, and he didn't, have some sort of terrible, terrible time. So... yeah, it was a pretty low-key Father's Day, and that's about it.
Well, I hope everybody had a nice Father's Day.
Did you guys get, you don't have diapers anymore?
No.
We are out of the diaper phase, but I know you are in the thick of it.
There was still poop, there was still pee, and you know what? There was still Hello Bello diapers in my little diaper pail. So, if you're a new parent, a bad day means you either ran out of coffee, diapers, patience, or all of the above.
Usually that.
And it happens more often than not that it's everything. Stocking up on cold brew and deep breaths are all on you, but Hello Bello has got your baby's butt covered.
Yeah, and we're not talking about just diapers. With their ultra-convenient diaper bundle subscription service, that includes 7 packs of diapers and 4 packs of plant-based wipes. We want that booty to stay healthy out there, okay? And you'll never run out of your supplies. Better yet, they're delivered to your door. You set, change, and cancel your delivery schedule whenever you want.
And just to give you guys a little tip, someone in my family got this for me when we had our kid.
It's
It's so nice to have this subscription. You don't, like you just said, you don't really have to think about it. It's a very thoughtful gift, and it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to run out of the things that you need.
And here's the thing. If you are going to the store to buy diapers or wipes, you don't realize you're out of diapers or wipes until you are out of wipers and diapers.
Yeah.
So this is not that it just shows up and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm running low. Problem solved.
Hudson's butt is covered in a Hello Bello diaper right now, and your kid's butt should be covered in it as well. Go to hellobello.com/chattydaddies to get 30% off your first customized bundle and a full-size freebie product of your choice. That's hellobello.com/chattydaddies to start bundling with 30% off your first order. And you know what? You need to save money when you have a kiddo because, boy, just things start to add up. hellobello.com/chattydaddies.
So my favorite thing about spring cleaning, right? We are in that time of year. It is time to clean things out. My favorite things is that post-clean clarity that you get. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've been living like this. Like I've been living with all this clutter and now it's gone. And it's just that big sigh of relief. Well, you can have that same feeling, that big sigh of relief when you switch over to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile has phone plans for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. And you'll say, how have I been affording phone bills for this long and not gone to Mint Mobile? You can save so much money. And it's time for you to switch to Mint Mobile and get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month.
Yeah, say bye-bye to overpriced wireless plans that just show up at the end of the month and just add anxiety to you. Here's what you get. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
I don't know how they do it, but they have figured out how to get it down to $15 a month. And to get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, you got to go to mintmobile.com/daddies. That's mintmobile.com/daddies. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/daddies.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on 3-month plans only. Speeds slower above 40 gigabytes on an unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
When did you guys like to start to take showers?
As
a kid, when did you
Switching from bath to
from
shower?
bath to shower?
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably like second grade.
Okay.
And
I'm right in that neighborhood too.
My son is now doing it on his own. He probably has for over a year. So yeah, I'd say kindergarten.
Okay.
First grade.
And so kids are both showering and
Just Davis is right now all by himself. Ellie still needs a little help.
I can't convince Quaid to get in the shower.
Why?
Like he's like, nah, I don't want to. I'm like, oh, why not? What's going on? He's like, I just like baths. And I mean, like, that's as much of his brain is going to reason. And I was like, oh, I wonder when.
You get playtime in the bath, right? You get to bring in your toys and you're like doing water scenarios that you otherwise don't get to do when you're on land.
I think it might be a thing. Like, the shower, he has taken one shower with me, but, like, he's short. So, like, the water's just hitting him, and it's going right in his eyes all the time. Like, it's not on the back of his shoulders. It's on the back of his head, which then runs into his eyes. I think I may have just figured it out right now.
One thing that helped us, we have a shower that has a handheld sprayer.
Yeah.
So, like, you can take it off, and you can use that.
Right.
If you have that, that would be nice.
Right.
And then you can spray his body, so you still have to help him.
Yeah.
Spray his body, and then it's just not pelting him in the face.
Yeah.
When he's not ready for it.
I was just wondering when the transition would happen, but I've got a few years.
We're lucky that our kids have showers in their bathroom, but we started them off in our shower because they're like, oh, this is mommy and daddy's shower, and it's bigger and it's nicer. And so it took a long time to get my kids to stop showering in mine.
Yeah.
So I would, if he has his own shower, start him on that one.
Always do it.
Always, don't start him. It's like letting your kids sleep in your bed.
Same with the bed.
Because
I was the same way.
Yeah, it's hard to break that habit.
I would prefer to take a shower in my parents' shower and stuff well into elementary school.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't even like using the bathroom, like just the toilet by my room, because I always used the one closer to my parents' room.
Kids like to keep using the same thing they do. But Kaysen now uses his own shower. I made him stop using mine when he got into middle school. And we realized that his shower was not waterproofed. So now we have extensive water damage on the ceiling below his bathroom that we get to take care of. But at least we know now.
Well, and I'm sure at his age, he's taking very short showers.
Nope.
Very short.
They're not.
Showers just get longer and longer, don't they?
Oh my goodness, dude. I'm like, what do you and I used to do this too, so I can get mad at him. But what's up with kids turning on the shower and letting it warm up for an hour and a half?
That's just what you do. You got to let it warm up.
I remember I heard that dude turn on the shower, and I went upstairs going, dang, he's been in the shower for a while. And I walked up there, and there was steam in his room.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there watching a TV and some anime. And I'm like, what are you? I was like, dude, the shower's been running for like an hour. And he goes, I'm just waiting for it to warm up. And I was like, your room is fogged up. It's warm.
The hot water's going to be gone.
We're out of hot water.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, and we do run out of hot water.
Okay. Question. Can I commandeer the ship?
Of course.
So we had a situation arise in the family, and I'm not sure I handled it in the right way, but also I don't think there's a right or wrong way to handle this. So we had a death in the family. My uncle passed away last week, and the service was over the weekend.
Unexpected, or was this?
It was expected.
Sorry.
It was
Okay.
expected. And so this was the first time that someone had passed away that my kids knew. You know, they weren't best friends or close. We'd see my uncle a couple times a year.
Yeah.
And this would have been like my mom's sister's husband. And
Uncle through marriage.
Uncle through marriage, yeah. Great dude. And so I had this decision to make. Do my kids go to the service? And so we ultimately decided no, for various reasons, but it was a hour and a half away, a long service, a long family lunch, an hour and a half back. I just don't know if that's up for them at 7 and 5.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I knew that if this wasn't one of their grandparents or someone super, super close to them, of course they would go. But at the same time, I'm like, should I have let maybe at least my son go to just tiptoe into what a funeral is like when it's with someone he doesn't have this super close relationship with, you know? So at least
Not as emotional
at least
for them.
when that time does come, when there is someone super close he's with, passes away, and then he at least knows what to expect sort of from funerals and what a day like that is. I keep wrestling with, should I have let him go to dip his toe into the water, or did I do the right thing by, like, I don't know, protecting him from that?
I think both answers are correct.
I know. I know there's not a right or wrong.
There's not a
but-
right or wrong. I grew up in a family where kids don't go to funerals.
I also wanted to be respectful. I didn't want my kids causing a scene.
Right.
I don't think they would have, but
And it kind of created an issue with when my father-in-law passed away, because I think it's more important to be there when, you know, we knew he was passing away. He had cancer, and my kids got to go in person, say goodbye to him, talk to him, get whatever they wanted out, ask whatever they wanted, and hug him one last time. And I thought they had finality. And they cried, they mourned, they knew, and then he passed away. And then we had a funeral. And my wife and I went back and forth I said, my kids they're already mourning. And I think they had started getting a little bit better. And I said, I don't want to reset that. And she wanted them to be there. And this is where I needed to understand as a husband that they needed to be there for her.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Not for him, because he's gone. They got to do that. They needed to be there for her. And that was what was hard for me to understand, coming from a family that no kids would be allowed to.
Did your family ever explain why no kids were allowed, or just kind of no kids ever go? So probably kids aren't going this time either.
Yeah, not really. I just remember we would have an aunt pass away, and I remember my parents would go to the funeral and they would just say no kids are allowed, and I never got an explanation. I didn't really remember wanting to go. I was curious about death, like most kids are, and I kind of wanted to go just so I could see a dead person. Honestly, if I'm real.
Well, curious.
Yeah, you just want to see a person and what do they look like? What's it like? But they always said no. I went with my wife's, her wish, and that was to go with the kids. And I think that was a good choice because, like you said, Nick, they were able to experience what a funeral would be like and to notice that they're not the only ones hurting. That was what was most important. They got to look around the church and see mommy's crying and all their aunts are crying and grandma's crying and daddy's crying, and it's something that we go through together as a family. So on that regard, I've kind of changed my tone when it comes to funerals. I think it's good for the kids to go and to see that it's okay to be sad and it's okay to cry and that you're not alone, and that if you need a hug from somebody else, you can give it to them. But I also see I don't want my kids to be a nuisance and be crying and getting bored and going, I want to go. This is boring.
And I think if it were closer to us and it wasn't an hour and a half drive away each direction, then I probably would have definitely taken my son.
Yeah. I don't know what age is the appropriate age. I don't know if it's 5 and 7 or whatever, but I will say that the first funeral I ever went to, I was like 24 and it was for Kid Craddock.
Oh, that was
my very first funeral I'd ever been to. Just because I'm lucky, like my grandparents were all still alive, hadn't had anybody close enough to me that I was, supposed to go to the funeral, and so I was just lucky. But it was I feel like I'm the only one that doesn't know what I'm supposed to do, kind of thing. Whenever I got to being an adult, so I think that maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe 7 and 5 is too much, but before they get to be just on their own and not having I had no. I was like. I don't do I wear a suit? I don't even know. I had to Google what do you do for a funeral?
Yeah. And all funerals are different. Some are super traditional and everyone's in a black suit. Some are a lot more relaxed. Like the funeral we went to, it was in a small town in Texas. So there's some people there just in a t-shirt and shorts, and some people are in a suit. It's just all various.
I wouldn't want an all black funeral if it was for me.
Yeah.
Like if I was able to choose, I would want people to come in colors. Not in suits. I would want them to feel comfortable, and I'd want it to be like a happy environment.
Yeah.
That's what I would want.
Oh, absolutely. My mom's already told us, she's always said, I want like a margarita party.
Yeah.
At my service.
That's
or
interesting.
After.
You'll never get to see how funeral culture will change. Because things have changed a lot. Like there's people that'll get what's the taxidermied in like their favorite position.
I want to do that.
You want to do that where you're playing video games and have a headset on?
I want to be in the party.
They don't really do that in the U.S., do they?
It's in South America.
Oh, okay.
It's like in Brazil, but I think a couple people in the U.S. have tried this. But a lot of South American families have done the whole prop them up in a chair and they're chilling at the party. I won't be that guy.
Right?
I think I've seen a picture of a guy playing poker.
Yeah.
And he's taxidermied.
I won't be that. I would just want to be in the corner, just posted up, everybody having a good time. I'm not laying in a coffin all sad. I'm just chilling, posted.
I remember, I would assume that my first funeral I went to, I would have been in, when did my grandfather pass away? I think I was in maybe 4th grade. I think is probably about that. What is that, like 8, 9-ish?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah.
And you remember understanding what was going on?
Did you cry?
Yeah, I think so. I
did?
remember it.
Okay.
I remember seeing him in his casket, that open casket and everything. I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember being emotional and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, open caskets are wild, aren't they?
They are. And, I think it just depends on the circumstances and everything. Sometimes you're not able to have an open casket. Some people get cremated, and that's just, open casket just isn't an option and things like that. But, it's interesting, when things like this happen. So my wife and I on the drive there and back kind of said a little, we each know what the other person wants should we pass away or something, but just have those conversations again. I was like, okay, if I die, I want this person to do the service. I want to make sure at the party people are doing Taylor Swift karaoke. I want people to be playing games or whatever, So you had to say that.
Well, since we're talking about celebrations of life, that's a funeral celebration of life. I took part in another celebration, which was we went to a surprise birthday party on Friday for one of my wife's friends. And Kinsey was in charge of bringing all the decorations.
Okay.
And this was at a really, really, really fancy hotel. One of those hotels that I feel awkward walking into.
Right.
Because there's like 4 seasons there and everything.
Oh man, that valet was like $50.
Yeah, I feel weird.
I've got a Four Seasons hat on right now.
Whoa, fancy pants.
I feel just weird walking in those places. Like, I don't belong. I can smell the money walking in there. And so we get there, and we have all these flowers. And it was a Barbie-themed party, so we had, the flower vases were Barbie cars. They're the Barbie Corvette, the pink one, which was really cool. And there was, some balloons we had to bring in and all that. So I'm in charge of bringing the flowers in. So we go to the back room that her husband rented out, and they're showing us. I'm like, babe, you chill here, get a drink. I'm going to go get the flowers. I got you. So I go back to the front because we lost the bellhop guy that was supposed to help us. I looked back, he was gone. And he goes, "Where'd you guys go? I lost you." And I said, "It's all good, man. I'll just put him in my arms and I'll carry him like, you know."
Mm-hmm.
You think you think
I don't know, man.
No, here, dude. I'm an athlete.
Those big muscles can carry those from
An
the
athlete.
valet to the back room.
So I'm carrying these 2 boxes full of Barbie cars with flowers in them, and I'm starting to walk through. They have this like bar in the front, and there's a lot of dudes there. And as I'm approaching the bar, there's a guy and like 4 of his friends sitting on a couch, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, when you're done with that, can you come back here and get my order?" and I looked at him and I thought he was joking, guys.
Uh-huh.
I was not even close to dressed up like an employee at this place. I don't know why he said it, and I just looked at him and I laughed because I thought he was joking. And I was like, "Ha, good one." And he looked at me and he goes, "Excuse me?" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "You're just gonna walk past me and laugh?" And I go, "Oh, are you being serious?" And he goes, "Yeah, I need you to come back here and get my order." And I go, "Bro, I don't work here, man." And he goes, "The F you don't." And I go, "The F I don't." I was like, "F you, bro." He stands up. He's about 6'7".
Okay.
Sure.
Old, like big country, 6'7" guy, probably made a lot of money in oil.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he stands up and he goes, "What'd you say?" And I was like, Nothing. So I just keep going, but I'm heated that this guy thought I worked here and cussed me out, but then I cussed him out, and then I almost got into a whole altercation while holding Barbie cars.
I love it.
And I walk back there, and Kinsey notices I'm upset, and she goes, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "This guy thought I worked here and cussed me out." And I had this whole situation.
I told you I didn't want to wear this suit, Kinsey, but you made
It's
me.
like, all I wanted to do, it was a shirt I didn't really want to wear, and I looked like apparently like I should be getting this guy's order.
Yeah, that sucks.
It did suck.
It does remind me of one time after church, we went to Target, and I wasn't thinking about what I was wearing, and I was wearing a red polo shirt and khakis, and probably 3 different people stopped and asked me where something
where's the
was. I'm like,
sunscreen?
"I'm sorry, I don't work here."
What's going on here? Normally, I would want to go along with it, and then I regretted not saying, "Yeah, I'll be right back for your order."
Yeah,
and like,
right.
and
Never
taking his
shot.
order, and that order would have never gotten
Never
there,
got
and I would have gotten the best revenge. But I let my blank you get the best of me.
That would have been great. I would have thought saying, "Yeah, I'll be right back," and then just never show
Oh,
up.
I should have done
to take
that.
it a step further to actually take the order.
I had
and then never give it.
I
to
had
him.
so many I wish I would have moments that night. And Kinsey would look at me randomly. She's like, "What are you thinking about?" And I'd be like, "I wish I would have gone back and taken his order. I wish I would have just gone
Oh,
with it."
and then he could be like, "Hey, I'm sorry about that interaction earlier. Would you like
Yeah.
a steak dinner at our restaurant on the top floor?"
Could have gone even further and be like, you want to leave that tab open or close it? And then he'll give you the credit card and you just throw it in the pool.
Oh man, yeah, I could have done so many things.
Oh my god!
Hey man, I don't work here. Go get your credit card.
I could have made him a criminal because I would have said, "Hey, and by the way, from the interaction earlier, it's on the house. Just go."
Oh yeah, it's on the house.
Even better.
You know,
Even better.
I'm seeing maybe we can do a room upgrade here.
Yeah.
And just really mess
All
them.
right. Just gotten a random card because I collect hotel keys. Like, here's your new room. It's the top floor. Just hit the top floor. That's all yours.
Next time.
So many
Yep,
ideas, and I ruined it by letting him get the best of me.
Next time. All right.
Well, you guys are good fathers.
Hey,
so,
you are too, Trey.
Yeah,
You are
yeah.
too, Trey.
Post Father's Day, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Nick Adams.
I'm Trey Peart.
I'm JC Chavez.
and don't forget to
Stand up straight.
Oh,